this deal in the works, Brian?
Close to 3 weeks. We've been working on this. I tried to get Lupul back when he was still with Philly, and I wasn't able to do it. This a guy, you know, people ask me why I traded him if I like him so much. We traded him to get Chris Pronger, and obviously the strategy paid off. As I said to Lupul today, he said, you know, why you're so excited to get me back when you moved me once? And I said, I moved you to get Chris Pronger. And I think everyone would agree that move paid off. We had a parade. So I said to Loops, I said, you know, he was, I think, our leading goal scorer in the playoffs that year. We went to the conference finals. He was a one-man wrecking crew in the Colorado series. This is a guy that not only can score goals, but has done it in the playoffs. So to go back to your question, about 3 weeks this deal took.
No, he can get back to where he was.
I don't. There's a human element in all of this. You bet on people every time you make a trade. That's the bet. If this were just buying cars or buying livestock, it'd be a lot easier. But we're betting on human beings. But I bet on Joffrey Lupul because of his character and his skill level, and I believe he thinks he has something to prove.
You said moves, plural. Do you expect to make more than one trade, or you say you have a number of things going? If one thing happens, that cancel out the others?
Well, too early to say. Too early to say.
When talking about Gardner, you said that you'll reassess him at the end of the season. Is that this season or the end of his college season, and perhaps any sort of potential of him coming up for a game or two?
Well, we'll have to see. He's got to make a decision. We've never asked a player to leave school, or at least I never have. I've never asked a player to leave school. That player has to go to the coach and say, I think it's time. And then and only then will we talk to him about a contract or doing something. So it's premature. We'll see at the end of the year. Sorry, some of that water went down.
Did Joffrey go through some sort of medical clearance with you guys just with the back issues he's had?
He has to pass a physical tomorrow. All trades that we make are subject to a physical, except the rare occasion at the trade deadline where you have to take a guy who might have played the night before. But he had a serious infection that came out of an operation. We reviewed it with him. We reviewed it with our doctor. He is still on antibiotics, but that is standard procedure for an infection of that kind. They basically, you know, instead of taking it out with a bullet, they try and take it out with a bazooka. So he was on intravenous antibiotics, and he continues to be on antibiotics. He's tested regularly. There has been no issue with the infection. We're comfortable it's not an issue. He's been cleared to play. He's been playing. He's played well.
What is the level of concern with his back?
None. None.
Same category as like a Clark MacArthur, where you're projecting him a little higher than where he's playing right now?
Yes. Well, he's playing, if you look at the Ducks forwards, he's playing behind guys like Corey Perry and Bobby Ryan on the right side. Bobby plays all over the place, but his ice time and his situational ice time, like being on the power play and that, is impacted because of the personnel they have. He should get more time here on special teams.